Fifth grade. Good morning, Tucker Tigers.
Good morning, Miss Kelly.
You know, you guys are amazing, and I just want to say thank you so much for showing up today. I know this is a very, very special occasion that we're having. Why are we here today? Can you tell me?
Because it's the 85th anniversary of Samuel Library Sit-In.
Can you come up here and share that with with everyone? Introduce yourself and say what your name is.
Hi, I'm Loveleen, and this is the 88th anniversary, 85th anniversary of when Samuel Tucker hosted the sit-in.
What was so important about the sit-in? What did he do that was so significant?
He wanted to end the segregation in libraries.
Exactly. So who could enjoy the libraries?
All people, like not just white people, not just black people, all people.
Exactly. High five. And that was not even staged. I'm going to tell you that right now. We did not plan that. Thank you very, very much. My name is Adara McKelly, and I am the proud principal of Samuel W. Tucker. And I'm going to tell you, every year for the first 2 weeks of class, we have every year for the first 2 weeks of school, our students learn about who Samuel Tucker is. This has been happening since the opening of Samuel W. Tucker with the first principal who established that, Kathy David. So there's special curriculum that has been written by one of our reading specialists, Miss Alicia Foley. I don't see her, I think she is out today. But we just want to say that we celebrate and honor Samuel W. Tucker every single day. This year, as you can see, these wonderful baseball jerseys, because we are one team here at Tucker. We are in alignment with our superintendent's vision, one team, one journey. We have given each staff member a Tucker jersey, and on the back it has the number 39 to remember who Samuel Tucker was and what he did for the city of Alexandria. His legacy lives on, and without further ado, I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Melanie K. Wyatt, who will do opening remarks, and welcome to everyone. And I want to give a shout out, and I would like to give a shout out to Ms. Campbell, who made the Samuel Tucker live puppet that was years and years ago, and she's kept it alive in her room, kept him alive in our room. Thank you, Ms. Campbell.
Thank you, Principal Kelly. Good morning, everyone. How exciting it is to be here. We actually have representation of Samuel Tucker in the room. Yes, I'm seeing some thumbs up this morning. So I am honored to be here to celebrate the Samuel W. Tucker Elementary School with all of our staff and our students and our community for the, what number is it? 85th anniversary of the Alexandria Sit-In, called Legacy of Courage. Can you say that with me? Legacy of Courage. Thank you. I'm proud to be here along with Alexandria City officials and school board members, Tucker students and staff, and our very special distinguished guests. If you could help me welcome our city council members who have joined us today, John Chapman and Sarah Bagley. If you guys could stand for me really quickly. They don't want to stand. They just waved. It's okay. Also, our Alexandria Library Director, Rose Dawson. Thank you, thank you. Library Board and Foundation Board Chair, Trudy Hahn. Is Trudy here? Oh, there. Look in the back, everyone. Hello, good morning. We do have board members Liddy Bockham and Al Mosley. Where are you? Over here. Good morning. And our Library Sit-In Anniversary Committee members, Jerusha Lambert and Catherine Crow. Excuse me, where are they? Are they hiding somewhere? Well, in the back, thank you. Honorary co-chair for the library's 85th anniversary commemoration of Sit-In, Jimmy Lewis. Thank you for being here, Mr. Lewis. The primary designer of the panels for this project, Phil Reno, is Phil here? Don't see Phil. Where is he? There we go. Let's give Mr. Reno a round of applause. And last, but certainly not least, Gus Rowe, the representative for the CSI2 company, which created this special exhibit. Where are you? Thank you, thank you. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Lots of names, lots of important community members here today to help us celebrate. So as I've reflected on this occasion that has brought us here today, it has moved us by the bold action taken by a very young Alexandrian lawyer, Samuel W. who played a part in helping us to open the doors for decades for us to follow in many other ways for all of our people of color and nationalities and genders. On August the 21st, 1939, one of America's first sit-ins took place here in Alexandria at the present-day Barrett Branch Library on Queen Street, which at the time was for only whites. Samuel W. Tucker organized this sit-in to protest the library's separate but equal treatment of Black people and to test the city's ability to legally exclude Black people, Black citizens, from public buildings. On the day of the sit-in, 5 men entered the library and were arrested for peacefully reading and setting a standard for later civil rights actions. I also want to underscore the importance of protesting access to libraries for Black people who less than a century before Tucker's sit-in were not even provided the ability to read. So his taking a stand on this day and taking a seat is a historic moment for all of us. Samuel Tucker would be proud of us today to witness the changes that have taken place as a result of this sit-in just 85 years ago that started a legacy of change. And how inspiring to know and see how all people, no matter the color of their skin, are now welcome to enter the public libraries. Pick up a book and take a seat and read, no questions asked. How many of you enjoy going to the library? And so it's very important about this work that Samuel Tucker did for us. So today, it is my privilege to introduce someone who could speak directly about the Alexandria Library's history, and that is our very own Executive Director, Rose Dawson. Samuel Tuckers, can you give her a big round of applause as she comes before us? Before she starts to speak, I want you all to know what a special role Ms. Dawson plays in all of our libraries. So when you're out in the community and you see Ms. Dawson, can you say, thank you for all you do for our communities? Can you do that for me? How about we try that right now? Thank you for all you do for our community. We are so grateful to have you. Please welcome Ms. Dawson.
Good morning. You have no idea how grateful I am to jointly celebrate the 85th anniversary of the Library Sit-In with you, the students of Samuel Tucker Elementary. I am full. I am the first Black library director. So in 2008, before 2008, no one who looked like me had ever had this job. And that's the only reason that's important is because there are still a number of jobs out there in which people who look like me and some of my friends out here have never had. And I'm counting on you all. I'm counting on you all to be the ones to break the barrier and make sure you're the first. So the library director, what does that really mean? What does it really mean? Well, like your superintendent who's in charge of all of the schools, right? Well, then I am the person who's in charge of all of the libraries in Alexandria. So how many of you have a card, a library card? Whew, I'm loving it. But if you don't, that's okay too. If you are a student in the Alexandria City School System, we have a partnership. You know, the city schools are sort of my BFF. Dr. K. White didn't tell you that she's my BFF, all right? And one of the things that we make sure is that we have an agreement that if you do not have a library card, you can automatically get one. So, every year, we will work with the schools, and through this program called Connect Ed, the library wants to connect with education. And actually, this program rolled out under the former President Obama. So one of the things that we're making sure is that some paperwork will come over, and we will get a list of all of the students here at Samuel Tucker Elementary School, and my staff will send a card over to the school for you to get, all right? So, but based on this partnership and based on the fact that you're able to get a card, if it weren't for the actions of Tucker and the five guys, some of us wouldn't be able to have a library card. We wouldn't be able to use the public library, wouldn't be able to come into the library, we wouldn't be able to check out books, you wouldn't be able to attend some of the programs, or if you go online and you use the databases and the ebooks, you wouldn't have access to any of that. So it's very important that we celebrate the actions that took place 85 years ago today. So today, we the public library, you've met the library board members who are here, you've met my honorary co-chair, that people in the community recognize that this is a big deal. And I appreciate that you all recognize that it's a big deal. And so we want to acknowledge the actions of Buddy Evans, Sam Tucker, Otto Tucker, Edward Gaddis, Morris Murray, and Clarence Strange. It's important for us to say people's names so that it's not just there were five guys. We need to know who these individuals were who took such a dramatic stance and risked going to jail. How many of you are willing to risk going to jail? We have to think about it. And there's nothing wrong. I applaud those of you who put your hand up because you feel strongly about something. But for some of us, particularly when they went to jail in 1939, there were still things that went on, like lynchings. There were things that went on that they may not have hurt them, but they may have come and hurt their children, or their mothers, or their fathers. So it's nice to stand strong, but sometimes you have to think and care about other people. And so this legacy that they have left, this legacy of courage, we celebrate because it's going to live on through you all. And so I want to, on behalf of the library board, and my staff, thank you so much for celebrating this occasion. So at this point in time, we are going to enjoy some good music by the school.
now it's really loud. While our amazing students are getting set up on the stage, Dr. Kay Wyatt needs to do one more very special introduction. Is that okay with you, Tucker Tigers? I have my amazing school board members who came to be here today. If you can help me welcome Dr. Michelle Reef, our school board chair. Give her a big round of applause. And then I saw another one of my school board members just come in all the way in the back. Can you say, "Good morning, Mr. Beatty"? I couldn't do this hard work without these school board members. They're like my classmates and my teams that help me do all this great work. So thank you all for being here this morning. And I'm going to turn it back over to Miss Kelly.
So there's something special that we do every single morning. It is something that will give you goosebumps. If you walk into our gym between 7:40 and 7:45, our students say a Tucker affirmation. And if Yusef, can you step up really one step? You will see what this affirmation is on Yusef's t-shirt. And they're about to show you what we do every single morning. And this is something that's been inspired by Samuel W. Tucker. Thank you.
I am brave, important, capable, and smart. Confident, unstoppable, we're tigers who have heart. You are brave, important, capable, and smart. Confident, unstoppable, we're tigers who have heart. We are brave, important, capable, and smart. Confident, unstoppable, Samuel Tucker took a stand. He wanted to help his fellow man. He fought for justice and equality, and he started at the library. Samuel, Virginia, born and raised along Samuel life, but he was unfazed. He studied hard and made a vow to make things better some way, somehow. Samuel Tucker took a stand. He wanted to help his fellow man. He fought for justice and equality, and it started at the library. Tucker worked with the NAACP, that everyone can have liberty. Black, white, yellow, brown, sitting side by side with dignity, hope, and filled with pride. Samuel Tucker was a mighty man. He was a mighty man who took a stand. He fought injustice and he righted wrong. He was a man of courage who was brave and strong. Samuel Tucker took a stand. He wanted to help his fellow man. He fought for justice and equality, and it started at the library.
And now we will have our proclamations. Ms. Dawson, our our city council represented members will be presenting the proclamations for today.
Good morning, Tucker Tigers. Good morning. My name is Councilman John Taylor Chapman, and I'm here with one of my colleagues, Councilwoman Sarah Bagley, and we are going to present a couple of proclamations. Does anybody know what a proclamation is? No. Now I've got to dig deep and remember what a proclamation is, right?
You can do it.
So a proclamation is a statement like this that is going to talk about an event, a person, an action, and recognize that. And so I'm going to read a proclamation from the City Council, meaning that the City Council recognizes and celebrates the 85th anniversary of the sit-in. My colleague, and I don't want to steal her thunder, but she is going to read a proclamation from the Virginia General Assembly. Okay? All right, so bear with us. Whereas Alexandria Library and Samuel W. Tucker Elementary School celebrates the 85th anniversary of the 1939 Alexandria Library Sit-In, a legacy of courage. And whereas Alexandria established a public library in 1937, limiting membership to the white citizens of Alexandria. And whereas the African American citizens of Alexandria were taxpayers, but were denied membership in the library. And whereas Samuel Tucker and his brother Otto Tucker individually applied for library cards in 1938, but their requests were denied. And whereas in March 1939, retired U.S. Army Sergeant George Wilson, with the assistance from attorney Samuel W. Tucker, applied for and was refused a library card. And whereas Samuel Tucker then organized a peaceful protest at the library. And whereas 5 courageous young African-American men, William Evans, Otto Tucker, Edward Gaddis, Morris Murray, and Clarence Strange, put Samuel Tucker's plan into action. And whereas on August 21st, 1939, after the young men were denied library privileges at Alexandria's Kate Waller Barrett Library, they refused to comply with the orders to leave the building and were arrested for trespassing and later disturbing the peace for reading in silent protest in the library's public reading room. And whereas the city of Alexandria established the Robinson Library, a separate but equal facility that served the colored community of Alexandria for over 20 years after the 1939 sit-in. And whereas in 2019, as an act of restorative justice, the Commonwealth Attorney requested that the charges against the sit-in participants be dismissed posthumously. And whereas the Alexandria Library and Samuel W. Tucker Elementary School are commemorating the 85th anniversary of the sit-in through the singing of original songs and the unveiling of a traveling exhibit to establish and spread the legacy of courage throughout the state of Virginia. Be it resolved that the Alexandria Library will annually celebrate the Alexandria Library Sit-In as the first library sit-in to occur in the nation. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Alexandria to be affixed this 21st day of August. Mayor Justin Wilson.
So one gets to come to the library, and one gets to come to the school.
Good morning, Tucker Tigers. So I am here with a proclamation that was signed in Richmond, Virginia, which is our state capital, where our whole General Assembly for the whole state got together and talked about Samuel Tucker and talked about what happened at the sit-in and how important it was. So the whole Commonwealth of Virginia talked about this and talked about how important it was. And that's what this proclamation is about, okay? So it's from the whole state of Virginia, which is pretty cool, right? That they all know about your school and what it's named after. So we've talked a lot about what's in here. So I'm gonna read it very quickly and then we'll hand it over to the school. Awesome. All right, well, whereas Alexandria established a public library in 1937, limiting access to only white citizens of Alexandria. And whereas the African American citizens of Alexandria were not only denied access to the library, but were also denied an equal facility dedicated to the African American community. And whereas United States Army Sergeant George Wilson and attorney Samuel W. applied for and were refused library cards in 1937, leading Samuel Tucker to plan and organize a peaceful protest at the library. And whereas 6 courageous young African American men, William Evans, Otto Tucker, Edward Gaddis, Morris Murray, and Clarence Strange, as well as Robert Strange, who ran to notify Samuel Tucker that the police were arriving at the library, put Samuel Tucker's plan into action. And whereas on August 21st, 1939, 5 of the young men applied for and were denied library privileges at what is today Alexandria's Kate Waller Barrett Branch Library. And whereas these men refused to comply with an order to leave the building and were arrested while reading in silent protest in the library's public reading room. And whereas the city of Alexandria, after numerous delays and negotiations, established the Robinson Library in 1940, which was separate but equal facility that purportedly served the colored community of Alexandria for more than 20 years after the 1939 sit-in. And whereas the Alexandria Library and the City of Alexandria acknowledge and apologize for their roles in these events and pledge to ensure that all residents will have access to the public library, providing materials to meet their informational, recreational, and educational needs, regardless of age, race, gender, and socioeconomic status. And whereas the Alexandria Library is commemorating the 80th anniversary of the sit-in throughout 2024 by celebrating the legacy of courage of William Evans, Otto Tucker, Edward Gaddis, Morris Murray, Clarence Strange, and Robert Strange through programming, guest speaker talks, book displays, performances, and other ceremonial events. And whereas the Alexandria Library will continue to honor this legacy of the historic peaceful protest, which was ahead of its time, by establishing a sit-in meeting room at the Kate Waller Barrett Branch to remember the courageous actions of these men. And now therefore be it resolved by the House of Delegates, the Senate concurring, that the General Assembly hereby commemorate that the legacy of the Alexandria sit-in on the occasion of its 85th anniversary. And be it resolved further that the clerk of the House of Delegates prepare a copy of this resolution for presentation to representatives of the Alexandria Library as an expression of the General Assembly's appreciation for the role of that event in setting the Alexandria Library, the City of Alexandria, the Commonwealth, and the United States on a correct course towards representing all people and supporting them in their pursuit of knowledge and happiness. Congratulations.
All right, we're coming to the end of our program, and I need some assistance, so I'm going to ask for my library board members who are present and my honorary co-chair who is present to come to the front with me. Once again, I thank you all for allowing me to do this here. So one of the things that we have done is we want other people to hear this story. You all know it, you sang it beautifully, that's a catchy song, I'm gonna remember that. But we have created, with the help of some library partners, a traveling exhibit. And this exhibit is going to go to schools, not just in Alexandria, but throughout the state of Virginia, so that they will know exactly why your school is named after Samuel Tucker, all right? So at this point in time, I have asked my library board and my honorary co-chair to come up And this is the first time anyone is seeing this new exhibit, and I wanted to share this with you. So are we ready? Should we count down from a 3, 2, 1? And then we're going to, after we look at this one, we're going to then turn around and we're gonna look at the rest of the exhibit. All right? Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right. And let's do it one more time, and then we're going to turn around to see the rest of the exhibit. 3, 2, 1. And so, this is an 8-panel exhibit that, as you can see, it travels. We're able to take it apart, and everything slides back into the base, and then we put them in the cases and we carry them wherever we need to take them. And so we are going to leave this exhibit here with you for the next 2 weeks. You are the first school to get the traveling exhibit. And on behalf of the library, in thanking you for coming, I just want to make you aware of the fact that you're each going to get our little 1939 Sit-In swag bag. It's a lunch bag. And inside of the bag is going to be a cookie. If you saw the cookies on the table, you get a cookie. You're going to get a bookmark. It's got a bookmark that I think you can plant, okay? A sustainable bookmark. And then you're going to get a small pen. So this is the 85th anniversary pen that I have on. It's a big one. But we're going to give you a smaller pen, and that's what's all going to be a part of your swag bag. But we're not handing them to you. They're going to be given to your teachers. And when you go back to your classes, and you got to behave yourself, and then they'll give you your bag. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of your celebration.
Well, I would like to say thank you for everyone for coming. 5th graders, you did an amazing job, and I will give yourselves a round of applause. And because you did such an amazing job, you are going to have an awesome pep rally on Friday. So we're going to bring it down. 5th grade, we're going to bring it down, and we're going to have your teachers come and dismiss you. And we just would like to say thank you so much for all of your support today. Thank you to our honored guests and our families and our friends that came out to support us. Thank you.